If I spend my store credits from all my returns, it's basically free. Yes, golf is expensive, but I'm finding so many balls out there, I am making money. Taylor Swift tickets are exempt from any budget. Fantasy football dues, why would I budget that? I'm gonna win it back. I'm gonna win the league.
But have you ever won?
No. 5'10", might as well be 5'5". 5'10" rounds up to 6 foot. I just shopped and tried on a bunch of clothes, so now I have to shower, because who knows where those clothes have been. Due to the transitive property of the tried on clothes, I'm dirty now. These clothes are dirty. I gotta wash these, and I wash my car. Swimsuits are great because you never have to wash them. Washing them is the activity. Oh, it is not a date unless it meets the 3-3-3 rule. Plan 3 weeks in advance, at least 3 hours long, and $300 spent. If me and the wife happen to find ourselves outside of the home eating in a restaurant, that's a date night. A Birkin is like cheaper when you think about it, because it would last forever. Like my granddaughter would carry it down the aisle on her wedding day.
We are back. Correct opinions. Got a great episode. Golden Bachelor recap, of course.
Great.
Want to say shout out to all the white boys and girls sharing their posts about the tragedy in Israel, Hamas. I think they're clearly fixing the issue.
Yeah.
We can talk about that. And we got a Judge Jake. Fresh, hour ago.
Oh, yeah.
Issue. We need your help,
Super
Judge.
fresh.
Straight from the courtroom.
Let's do this thing. Roll music. Correct opinions. Correct opinions. There's a game that no one wins, and that's called the waiting game. It's also a super boring game to play.
I don't know
you just sit around and wait.
Solitary confinement. Who plays this?
I don't know. When it comes to hiring, you don't want to wait.
Oh,
you want to find great talent. Yeah, that's what it was.
Those are the people.
You want to find great talent fast, and you need
Yikes.
Indeed. When you're hiring, you need Indeed. You can attract, interview, and hire all in one place with Indeed. More than 3 million businesses worldwide use Indeed to find great talent fast. I've used it to hire some great talent. With Instant Match, over 80% of employers get quality candidates whose resume on Indeed matches their job description the moment they sponsor a job. So we have an offer for you guys.
That's right. Start hiring.
Katie, take over.
Start hiring now with a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job. Post at Indeed.com/Trey. Offer good for a limited time. Claim your $75 credit now at Indeed.com/Trey.
She can't handle it.
Hiring.
Just go to Indeed.com/Trey and support the show by saying you heard about it on this podcast. Close one.
Indeed.com/Trey.
Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire?
You need Indeed. Golden Bachelor episode 3. We watched it last night. Jake, have you had a chance to watch it yet?
No, I keep forgetting. Also, we keep having shows on Thursdays.
It's tough. You got to watch it later on. So,
yeah. How's Jerry doing?
He's good. Keeps moving on. Had to get rid of a few ladies, and it was tough. We were watching. This is a woman. Spoiler alerts. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're not caught up, don't listen.
If you're 6 days behind.
Yeah. He had to say goodbye to a woman. They were really hitting it off, and she got a text. Her daughter just had a kid, and she's like, I gotta go be a mom right now, and she left the show.
Gotta go be a grandmom right now.
See, that was my thought. Okay, what? Let's see what the mom thinks. She's like, you're always a mom. She goes, my daughter needs me. I was like, she could probably take care of the kid, but she had a C-section.
Yes, it sounded like there were complications. She didn't give a lot of details, but she said, my daughter needs me. She had a C-section, and there were complications, and it's not going well.
Jake, what is a C-section? Just for the listeners?
That is when you were born with male and female parts. So it makes it tougher.
It is complicated.
Yeah.
It's a complicated section. Yep. That's what the C is for. So she had to go, and he was being very. Oh wow! I mean, I'm so disappointed. But you got to be. It was a touching moment. But Katie,
he said, well, he did say he was like, but we do share the same values. Same morals. We have the same moral compass, is what he said.
They have the same C-section. Yeah, wait, hold on. What is compass?
What's a compass?
Moral compass.
You were dogging on him.
Well, it wasn't that specific moment. I think it's just throughout the show. He is borderline like too nice.
See, this is Katie's issue. She gets like apparently annoyed when I like mess with her or make fun of her. She likes the bad boys.
Yeah, if you're watching reality TV, you don't want to see a good guy.
He is, I mean, unbelievable. He's like a therapist. He's like, oh my goodness,
it's a little.
That must be so hard, but I understand. And she was like, this guy's kind of a bit much. Can he razz somebody or something?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. He's an angel.
He is.
Because if he was a dirtbag, it would make for better TV, right? If he was like two-timing these girls,
Katie,
right? Is that the
she'd
thought?
go for him.
Yeah.
He's making very good TV, but I don't know. He's just like, he's a little like too perfect, a little too scripted.
It continues to be unbelievable television. It's
Yeah.
sweet. She's like, I gotta go be a grandma. She leaves. On the way out, she's like, she tells him, but even though I'm leaving, you did, the moment we shared healed some of my heart that my dead husband left.
Sheesh.
It's just like, oh my God. And on the way out, she said, because us
Yeah.
older people, we're invisible. We're not as significant as our younger years. And so to be seen and heard was really special. And you're just like, oh my God. Makes you want to go move into a nursing home.
To be seen and heard. Who was her husband? Kind of a Helen Keller for the men?
He's dead.
Yeah, but still.
So he can't.
Okay.
That's the sadness. So it is an amazing show. I'm all in. And we finally got a little drama. We got maybe a hint of a crazy woman finally, because they're all like, everyone's so lovely and perfect. One woman was like, one girl goes, isn't he a good kisser? She was like, what? You're just bragging because you kissed him. And she got after him, and we got our first drama. And it's amazing because the woman who she was accusing, the younger girls, they just start going back and forth. I hate you, I'm gonna kill you. She just was like, oh, I just feel awful. I just feel horrible.
She's like, we were good friends before, and I hope we can get back to that.
So they're trying to get a little drama cooking, but I feel like they're moving it along a lot faster. Are there less episodes? We're already down to like 8.
There's less
No
women,
way.
I think.
Less women,
Right?
less time.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Gotta hurry.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
I love the ongoing bit of they're not 98 years old.
They're like 60 and 70.
They got to hurry. I mean, some of these people have 4 years to live.
Hurry.
They should do us like what's the fancy word for people who are like 90 in their 90s? Noctagon?
What?
That's a polygon.
For
Like
it's a teenager or like in their 20s or in their 30s.
It's like a centurion, I think, and then
centaur.
centaur. Is that it?
They're centaurs.
What are you saying?
People. None of you know.
I have no
No.
clue.
Do you mean? Yeah, I don't.
I was
think
trying to make a
understand that question.
polygon joke. Name for people in their 90s: a nonagenarian.
What?
Nonagenarian.
I've never heard this.
Centenarian, not a centurion. I think that's a lounge for Amazon, for American Express card holders. A person 110 years or older is a super centenarian.
Super centenarian.
A nonagenarian bachelor would be fun.
Nonagenarian.
All in their 90s.
Wow.
Wow.
But the
That's
one
a new word.
They did a talent show. A few of these senior citizen women, they still got the moves.
They can
dancing.
move better than I can, honestly.
It was impressive.
It was impressive. Yeah, Trey was like, they had to do a talent show, and Trey said, what would be your talent if you had to go up there? And I said, I guess I'd do stand-up.
That's
boy.
the newest stage talent that you have.
I mean, I have no other stage talent, so I'd have to make that work.
Could you run a bit by us? Anything you've been working on?
Yeah, we've been workshopping lately.
No, I haven't been workshopping anything.
Okay, keep us posted.
Okay,
I'll
let us
bring
know.
something back.
That's fun.
So yeah, stay tuned. Jerry, he's got a lot of lovely ladies. Took a girl up in a hot air balloon.
Yeah,
Okay.
we want to show, actually, there's this funny meme that I saw.
Oh,
where
this is
two
good.
of the contestants, they look very
Look
familiar.
at this. You agree with this, Jake?
Yeah, let me know what you think, Jake.
Okay. Love a good meme. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Oh, wow. Those are two women on the Golden Bachelor
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah.
She looks like Kris Jenner and she looks like Caitlyn Jenner.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're pretty women.
Whoa.
So so are Kris and Caitlyn.
yeah.
That's not what I was meaning.
Huh.
They're all 4 of them.
They look very
I'd-
similar.
Yeah. Y'all saw the clip with the quick joke about how the girl I met with turquoise hair. I mean, they're coming for me. I'm going to wear a hat every other episode.
Yeah, I'm
They're
gonna
coming
try
at me
to
for my hair.
Find some of
I
these
told
comments.
you it's receding, isn't it?
Yes.
Dang it.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't realize people dyeing their hair, it really splits our nation. That's what it seems
Oh,
like.
wow.
But it gets views.
The internet's brutal.
Let's see. Yeah, the pros of colored hair. one of the first comment I see is guaranteed dude is less than 6 feet tall.
Feet tall? Because I'm 6.5 inches.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, what is that? That's weird.
Someone else said fashion colors and tattoos really are like a ward evil. A ward dash evil. I don't know. A ward evil against a certain type of dude. Glad to see it's still working.
Yeah, people throwing tattoos in the mix. I don't. Tattoos don't bother me. And let me get it straight. Little hint of pink. I don't know. Go crazy. Like you look like the cotton candy man.
Goku.
Yeah, I mean that's just like. What do you like? No one who has that bright blue hair like plays fantasy football. Just like those, we just have different interests, and that's fine.
I think you're right.
You know what I mean?
I think that's a good way to
bright
put it.
turquoise hair.
You have different interests.
We have different interests.
Yes.
And morals.
That's right.
And
morals. I just spent the weekend with my parents, who I have a relationship with. That's good. Everyone's different.
Molly said, it's great because the people with colored hair say the same thing. Ooh. It prevents men with receding hairlines from starting conversations with me. Win-win. 1,100 likes.
All right.
1,100 likes.
Yeah, that was one of the top comments.
Now, does she avoid guys with receding hair? Does she avoid us because it's not her preference, or is she like, that guy's going bald, he can't dye his hair with me?
We have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, we can't. Babe, you want to go matte? You want to go do like purple and blue? Oh, you're losing it.
It's going away.
That makes sense.
It is crazy this went so viral because pretty much every comment is not on your side. Yikes.
No.
His hairline isn't where it needs to be making comments like that.
You know, I'm not asking you to read all of them, but no, that's not true. I had a lot of backup, okay? But funny how these guys don't realize he's a comedian making a joke.
This makes me immediately want to dye my hair turquoise. Oh. Well,
I love
like a positive.
Then it's brutal too, because then some people agreed with me too much. Like, yeah, that's the sign of some idiot woke liberal who shouldn't. Like, I didn't say that at all.
I'm just saying they probably don't hammer the overs on Sunday.
Yeah, they probably just don't. They don't want to
have the same interests.
Yes,
that's all you're trying to say.
I'm a conservative Christian, and I dye my hair. It's got to be political, religious. Oh, so you're saying I don't believe Jesus died on the cross for my sins because I've got my hair yellow?
Wow.
I'm seeing
that's
this
what people do.
This one says, "Oh, so you support Hamas?" That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, see that? That's what people do. Legit, I'm gonna be trending by next week if it keeps going viral. Influencer makes stand in Israel-Palestine conflict. Dyed hair blue means Hamas support. I'm like, I don't. Speaking of all that, I mean, obviously, just horrific. I don't want to bring the vibes down, but it is. What are your thoughts? Like I've seen a lot of people I know from my world,
Oklahoma.
white people with brown or blonde hair, and they would post like a very heartfelt. And I'm sure there's some heart behind it, but it feels a lot like Make It About Me. As I hold my kids here tonight, I just can't help but think, I'm lucky to have them, and I just to me, it's like. It feels a lot like announcing, like, by the way, I'm pretty awesome because I care about this a lot.
I've been reading
Just
articles.
to reemphasize, I get to have my kids every night, which is cool. And I'd like to let you know that I don't take it for granted. It's about me now.
There's nothing in my personality that I even feel like the temptation to insert myself into like global affairs. Like, it's not even like I feel like, oh, should I post or not? It's like, why? I don't understand the complexities of Israel Hamas. Why don't I just hang out in Kansas?
It has been fun to see all the big celebs who feel like they're people, they're PR people. It's like, you got to weigh in, but
you got to say something.
It was used to be easy. Like,
stop the spread. Black Lives Matter.
Now they're
stop
like,
Asian hate.
You had a couple fired off too quick before they understood, and they got, it's just like The Rock posts. There was some huge celebrity that it was very like, I don't like terrorism. I don't like people dying, but I do know that I shouldn't say anything, but I should say something.
Something, because
this is not a political statement. It said that in there. Love to all, but don't be bad.
I mean, I think
Whichever-
That's basically what they post, and you're like, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's helpful.
I
guess.
don't. There are people who are just saying like,
Which side are you on?
who are just saying like, donate to this cause to keep children safe, and I think that's a very
Well, more complicated than that.
Where's that money exactly?
Yeah, where's that money exactly going?
When
Who's-
did- when
well,
did it
which
become
side are you on?
well,
So
we
what
can
do you-
all
yeah.
we can
Maybe
all
easy to say
agree
now,
to
but what
keep
about that? What was
children
that's what they were doing
alive,
before?
right? We can all agree to keep children alive.
Not exactly.
Are they being trained assassins?
That's what it is, though. No, seriously, people are like, I saw a guy post fired up like the killing of babies. I think we can all agree. And the comments are like, so what about all that they killed? The other side killed. That's not cool too. Like you just can't say anything.
There's nothing you can say. Yeah.
Right. I shouldn't even
So,
have said that. So I don't say anything.
Can't say anything. They come for you. So
I saw Kim Kardashian tweeted.
color hair though. That's kind of my fight right now. That's as simple as I take it.
You've planted
Imagine
your
if I
flag.
planted a flag in that situation, in the complex situation. You can't do it. But yeah, it's devastating what's happening.
Did you guys see Kim K? She kind of took a stance. She sent compassion to the Middle East.
Did
Which-
she really? How much?
You can kind of see the ramifications
much?
of it since then. It was a good amount of compassion, I think. Did you guys not see? Kind of the war kind of changed after that.
My goodness.
Yeah, she sent compassion to the whole Middle East.
People underestimate her. Oh, just Kim K. Oh, the Kardashians. No, she's a businesswoman. She's a billionaire. She's a lawyer, and she is
Compassion sender.
I mean, she's donated billions of grams of it.
Grams.
I don't know how it's quantified, but
Units of compassion.
I heard an interesting theory. Kim Kardashian is laying the foundation to get involved in public office. Have you heard this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, she has a really she got a Harvard law degree. Why'd she do that? Oh, she talked to she had met with Trump to talk about prison reform. Ooh, a little conservative and democratic. Two birds, one stone. And then she had a very planned out response to this conflict. Sent a bunch of compassion.
Whole plane load of compassion.
Makes you think.
She's done very well for herself. She has a tight-knit family. I mean, I think she could be competitive, honestly.
She's got your vote?
I don't know, but unfortunately or fortunately, she could be competitive, I think.
She removed her kind of her BBL because I heard like the seats in Congress are not that wide.
She has been reducing it, yes.
So if
yes,
she's gonna
yes.
get there, she's gonna need to fit in the seat.
Yeah. It's the Oval Office, not the round office.
Rotund office.
Wow.
That's true, man.
But yeah, she sends her compassion. If you guys don't know what to do, a comedian I follow, Tim Dillon, he kind of offered some advice. When talking about this issue, he said, repeatedly assure people you took a trip to the Middle East during college. They won't ask follow-up questions and just say things like, the spirit of the people is very strong. So
Yeah,
that's where I stand.
That's a good place to stand. Just generalized. That'll let people know, all right, this is a good person.
He gets it probably.
He gets it. Yeah. Shout out to those. I mean, we should, there's got to be good links out there. Is there any trusted links people don't get upset about where you can help?
4chan.com,
Okay.
8chan, Reddit in general. No, I don't know. You and I are both kind of like let's keep our distance from stuff we're not experts at.
Definitely
I
not
feel
going to weigh in on the complexity of it all, but yeah, I don't know if there's any way to help. I mean, there's so much. We are very lucky.
Don't make it about you. Don't make it about
See?
you.
There's nothing you
That's
can
the
say.
risk. There's nothing I can say.
Everyone go around. Try to say one thing that you can
I'm
say.
dyeing my
right
hair
now.
blue. To support something.
There's blue in the Israeli flag, so.
It is confusing, man. So prayers for all that. That's wild. I don't even vibes. Now, Golden Bachelor, watch it every Thursday. Or after the fact if you're busy.
Yeah.
What
I shouldn't.
Was that the video you wanted to watch?
No, there's one other one.
Okay, we got
Derek,
more fun
scroll up.
stuff.
The thumbnail
Bring
is
the
where you
vibes
can
back
see
up.
people's like
Oh.
arms. This is some wild content. Just as you watch this, try to think, what genre does this fall into? It's a man and woman sitting just in chairs facing the camera.
Hello, we're the Carberries. We're a bit shy, but we're gonna try to start talking to you guys a bit more. First thing we want to do is clear up a few things. 1, we're not British. 2, yes, we're having a baby. 3, none of our dances are improvised. Thank you for following along. We really appreciate your support, and let us know if you have any other questions. Bye. Hello.
At first, I was like, are they doing sign language?
Are they dancers?
I don't know what it is. Someone, so
It wasn't improvised.
a Recti sent this to me and was just like, check this out.
Check this out.
The caption says, it's a Sunday afternoon and we're trying to talk for the first time. If you're not watching on YouTube, they're doing like, I don't know, very like
a synchronized hand dance.
decisive movements, but only like with their forearms and below. And their movements go with their talking. I don't know what kind of interpretive like speak dance this is.
Do they have other content?
Yes.
Yes.
And it is interesting.
It's all hand dancing?
Yeah.
Some of it actually does look like sign language motion. And so, but I don't think it is.
One of the comments
Right?
says, seeing this live is my actual nightmare.
Yeah, there's nothing further to it. These
Someone
coordinate-
said, imagine the birds and the bees talk with these two as your parents. Just the motions they would give you.
Yeah. What are they? What are they called?
The Carberries. Yeah,
The
feel free to
Carberries.
click
Follow
on
them
any of the other
and
stuff.
let's follow along because they do a lot of these hand dances.
It seems like they're always up in each other's business, and she's pregnant. They spoon a lot from what I can see from the thumbnails. I just don't know what genre of content this is. They've grown a following, 85,000 followers, and they're not British.
Not British.
That was the one thing
That's
they
what
wanted
they
to
say in every single video. Reminder: we are not British.
No Brits here.
No Brits.
So, Katie, maybe that could be your stage talent. Thoughts on
Yeah,
that?
There it is. Working on that.
I would need a partner though. It looks like.
Speaking of the recties, we got some good submissions here to the email. Email us again, correct@traykina.com. Videos, all that. Someone did chime in. They say, Trey, I love the Golden Bachelor too. My daughter and I watched it. Very fun to watch. But I can't believe you didn't comment on the amount of plastic surgery that was coming out of that limo. A lot of lip fillers trying to smooch Jerry.
It's true.
Gary. It's Gary, right?
Jerry.
It's spelled Gerry. I mean, imagine how difficult that was his whole life.
Yeah.
I do believe that's why that lady looks like a gremlin, like Jake said. So she goes, I have a 13-year-old son and literally found myself saying the same exact stuff that the mom character says. So have a great day. Congratulations on being parents. Love and blessings, Karen. Yes, that's actually my name.
Love that.
Thank you, Karen, for sending that in. You know, I feel like some of the ladies look a little more natural than others.
Yeah, some of them do.
There's a
some of them
couple
don't.
getting
Yeah.
fired up, but some, I think they were smart to go. They found some. They didn't fill it up with Beverly Hills grandmas. You know, that was probably smart. Speaking of grandmas,
Yeah.
Ashley says, "Hey Trey, Jake, Derek, Katie, and Thomas. I love the podcast. Last week you're all talking about what the youngest age you can remember things. I'd like to let you know that my grandma, R.I.P. Okay, died COVID. I don't know how she died. Claimed to remember her own birth, like she actually remembered being born. One family Thanksgiving, my uncle turned to my grandma and said, 'Don't you claim to remember your birth?' And she replied, 'Yes, I do.' But I stopped telling people that because no one believes me. So obviously I had to ask her about it. She said, I remember it being very dark and peaceful. Then I remember it slowly getting lighter, then very bright. Then I remember looking at the doctor, and that's all I remember about it. But I just remember how incredibly peaceful it was. So,
Well, she does not remember it then.
So Kate remembering something as young as 3 seems very plausible.
Thank you. Thank you.
What do you guys think? You believe Grandma Kay?
I mean, it sounds exactly like how I would describe a birth too if I tried to like pretend I remembered it.
Yeah,
I don't
we need
even
more
know if-
details, Grandma Kay.
I don't even know if she had babies. To describe it as peaceful is not. I don't think it's peaceful for anyone involved. The baby's getting shoved.
It wasn't for me.
I mean, exactly. The baby is getting crammed through a tiny hole.
Yeah, their head gets all
and
coned.
I
Very
don't.
peaceful.
Yeah, I just don't know if peaceful was the correct word.
She was like, I was nice and relaxed till the doctor spanked me. That was annoying. Did we?
Oh.
They didn't spank. They didn't spank ours.
Why
They don't
did
do that anymore.
I don't think so. I think. Why did they do that?
I've heard this before. I got this.
Shoot,
I think
I'm sorry I forgot to spank him.
if you haven't started, I'm just gonna.
Crying.
Yeah, I think if they haven't
Well, it's
started
kinda like-
breathing
Yeah.
yet, they spank you to start crying. You take a breath.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think when you buy like a new electronic, and it's like the battery part, like pull this tab out
Yeah.
to kind of get it going.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
I
a
think
little
it's
plastic
just-
see-through
It's
thing.
kind of like a turn them on.
All right, now the Game Boy should work.
Yeah. I don't think they did that to Thomas.
I'm Googling it right now, and internet's pretty conclusive on it not being possible to remember one's birth. It says like,
I love her saying she added under her breath. She goes, I stopped telling people because no one ever believes me.
do you think the person writing this email believes her grandma?
No, it seems like she
Okay, she also gets it.
also
you
gets
think-
it.
At what age do you think in her life she decided that she remembered her birth?
Yeah.
Do you think she, like, from the time she could talk, she was like, that was crazy? Or do you think maybe around 85 she remembered it?
Like all of a sudden, yeah, I do remember my birth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Peaceful, actually.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, if someone's like, I've been to Disneyland. You're like, you have? Like, yeah, the roller coasters and Mickey Mouse.
A lot of people.
people, great food. Like, you tell me something more specific? I mean, I told you.
Like, yeah, I guess
You
you've
can
been
get away
there.
with anything. Yeah, it was dark, then it wasn't. It's tight squeeze.
Yeah. I mean,
It's, it was nice to stretch out once I got out.
Good food.
Food. Yeah. Dad wasn't there. It was back in the day.
that's true.
Yeah, someone could
Mom
make that
was
up easily.
probably knocked out.
This says, although no one remembers their experience in the womb, the fetus can form memories that last for weeks. Oh, see that? New memory.
Yeah.
Newborns remember sounds and tastes that they experienced in the womb, but only for a couple weeks, I guess.
I did. I mean, they do say like sounds, I guess specifically, people be like, I played this song like, around my belly or
Played
whatever.
like Correct Opinions
and-
podcast.
Yeah. And they kind of respond to it now or something. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I've seen people really get into like classical music, like putting headphones around their
Yeah.
like pregnant belly. Which, sure,
Sure, why not?
I
Whatever.
guess
Yeah, why
I
not?
don't think it's gonna hurt the baby.
What is a game where no one wins? Judge Jake is one of them.
Judge
I
Jake,
I win.
soccer against people who speak Spanish.
True. Ooh, no bueno. There's also the waiting game. When it comes to hiring, don't wait for great talent to find you. You need to find them first with Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform. You can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. They streamline hiring with their powerful tools that find you match candidates fast, by the way. With their instant match, over 80% of employers get quality candidates whose resume on Indeed matches their job description the moment they sponsor a job. Can you believe that?
I had heard that and I didn't believe it. But
Yeah,
then
I
saw,
used Indeed. Got great talent.
I was like, wait, that's according to Indeed Data US. Oh, okay, I buy it. I did see that candidates you invite to apply are 3 times more likely to apply to your job than candidates who only see it in search. So why would you freaking not? Sorry for my language.
Yeah, and don't take it from us. Join more than 3 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. So start hiring now with the $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your post at Indeed.com/Trey. Offer good for limited time. Katie, tell them a few more times.
Claim your $75 credit now at Indeed.com/Trey. That seemed a little hard for you to get out, Trey.
Yeah, I did.
Just go to Indeed.com/Trey and support the show by saying you heard about it on this podcast. Indeed.com/Trey. Terms and conditions apply. You need to hire. You need Indeed.
Oh, that was fun. You just stuttered there so bad.
Oh, I know.
Let's get to it. We got a fan video too. We get to these. Again, send your videos correct at TreyKinner.com. Send them in. Who do we
Hey
got?
guys, I'm Lindsay, and these are my 2 kids, Anthony and Alana.
How fun.
And I've been watching Correct Opinion since the very beginning, and occasionally they would tune in too.
Okay.
And we actually
Watch
went
mouth,
to your
Katie.
Clearwater show last year, and they came with us, and they got to meet Jake afterwards, so they were so excited. I homeschool them, and I thought maybe you would stop making fun of homeschoolers if we took you on a trip down memory lane. Trey, I sent you these videos like 4 years ago, and you wrote back saying you might put them on your show. So here they are.
Politics for that, but everyone will do that.
Wow.
What was it?
Oh, I do remember this actually. Just doing the Chiefs chant.
That's pretty funny.
The guy behind me thought he was in a love to break choir class.
Dang. You be a homeschool dad.
Yeah, hire me.
You need to be in charge of the co-op.
How long's this video?
Oh, we're just getting started. Oh, wow. Now they're going nuts. Oh, this is a different day. They're in different outfits.
Yeah. A little compilation.
I think we get the picture.
I mean, do you think Thomas is going to think you're this funny? I mean, they think
Can you
you're
dance like
funny.
that? Congratulations, Trey.
Did they say be nice to us? What did they say at the beginning? Oh.
So, if you want to keep them as fans, you have to stop trashing homeschooling. Seriously, though, we love this show and hope you guys stick around for a long time.
Oh, was that
Well,
a
that
threat?
was sweet. Yeah, I was kind of being held hostage by the homeschoolers in this.
We hope you stick around. Hope nothing bad happens to you.
Hope you're around for a long, long time. Choice is yours.
Yeah.
Hope everyone sleeps great tonight at 3111 Meadowlark Avenue.
Funny
Like,
thing
whoa, that's my
about-
address.
Funny thing about homeschooling, they will do absolutely anything we convince them. Keep that in mind, Trey.
Enjoy the show. Can't wait until you come to Clearwater again. They're both Eagle Scouts. Have a good one.
That was very sweet.
They
Thank
have their
you.
bow and arrow patch.
That's very cute. I'm glad.
That was very cute.
Archery.
Man, easy crowd.
Yeah, that's great.
It'd be weird to see what, like the kids. There's always a few 7-year-olds that come to the show. I mean, I'm a grown man doing jokes, but I guess they get a kick out of it. They're like, he moves and
He was
sounds
goofy.
funny.
Yeah.
He's silly. I
Yeah.
don't know what kids laugh at.
Dude, one of our shows this past week, I was talking to a man and woman sitting front and center, the closest people to me, trying to talk to them. And, I'm asking them if they're married because they're older and, non-Agarian type. And they're like, no, we're not. I was like, oh, sorry. Like, what is your relationship? And he just said, more fun. I was like, oh, jeez. We're in
here we
Florida. I don't know what kind of swingers Facebook group they met at, But 4 seats down from him is like an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. So it's like, man, I really want to find out what's going on here. But I'm still a human. I used to work with kids. Like, I don't want them to have to hear stuff that their parents gonna have to explain. So
Right.
thank you for bringing the kids. But sometimes there's things you can't control. You meet an old crazy person in Florida and they start talking about weird websites they met.
Oh yeah, did I tell the story on here about the scissor? When people yelled that out. I did, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they yelled scissoring out. You're like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that is the weird part of a comedy show. I'm like, I promise my part is appropriate.
Yeah, I can't control everything.
I don't know if someone's gonna puke in the aisle because they're insane. And we're in
Yeah.
Key West.
Yeah.
The shows in Florida were fun. Key West,
Never been. Interesting little town.
it is. Yeah, it's wild. People are tiny little island at the very south off the coast of Florida, and people born and raised there came to
Yeah.
the show. Fun little theater.
Yeah, I asked some woman at the first show. I was just like, "Hey, what part of town are you from?" She's like, "Key West, idiot." I was like, "Okay, sorry, I don't know.
2 blocks that way.
I didn't know there weren't suburbs." Okay, it's my first time here, but it was fun. We were in this big van. We dropped Trey off at the hotel, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go to the venue first." Trey, hey, just text me. I'll see you for lunch. And then every cell tower and Wi-Fi signal in the whole island went down, so I didn't see Trey. I'm just now seeing him for the first time.
I
since
guess
then.
they probably have one, and they're just like, oh yeah, I guess it's out. It's unbelievable
that
how
happens often?
difficult my life was. They said it. They're like, oh, it happened a couple months ago. I guess maybe.
I talked to a woman at the venue. She's like, sailboat must have hit a line. I was like, is that like a regular thing? That's what she said.
Unbelievable how difficult my life was for 3 hours.
Especially Katie is just flying in
I
and
just
trying to.
landed with Thomas, and I was like, thankfully, Trey, still had plain Wi-Fi when I landed, and Trey texted me like,
I had to
signals
run
out.
to a hotel for Wi-Fi, and they're like, "Are you a guest?" I was like, "There's no. Can you please help me?" It's a nice shout out to local Key West locals. She was nice, and she let me use the Wi-Fi that was for guests only. Just like it simply text you. Yeah, good
And-
thing you were still in the air and had
Yeah, because then I landed and used the airport Wi-Fi to get an Uber, but then the Uber couldn't really get the signal because
they don't
out
have
on the
internet.
road
Yeah.
and they didn't have internet. So it was
The absolute best
but-
part of it, I was there with some friends. DJ Travis, who's been to some shows, he's a college buddy. We had a stop in Key West on a cruise we took for spring break in college.
Okay.
As we get off in Key West, our buddy goes, Travis says, "Do you think there's service here?"
This is like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we proceeded to I just obliterated him. I was like, yes, it's Florida.
It's America.
It's and we just, went in on him. Like, yeah, guys, do you think there's service in Miami? Or just because guys love to roast each other.
You guys have your Dixie cups and string ready?
Yeah.
We're going to Florida.
Yeah, we're going to Florida. It's America. And so we get there, and it just so happens, like, as we park and go in the hotel, it's like the first 3 hours,
Everything's down.
absolutely zero service on the whole island.
What sweet,
And we're
sweet
just like,
vindication.
dang it. Yeah. 8 years later,
He planned it.
And you're all together too. The odds of that.
the odds are crazy. So
It was great. It was kind of fun just walking around. I think because I had nothing to do, it was fun. I'm sure if I was trying to meet up with someone, maybe it was annoying. But yeah, we were just walking
I didn't have
around.
fun.
We went to a restaurant and, just paying cash. And there was a guy reading the newspaper. It was just kind of funny. It was like, wow, this whole town has just reverted 40 years back in time instantly. It's like, that's just what we do now. We read the paper. There's nothing to do. I had to talk to people.
we didn't know where to go, what to do.
It kind of it low-key scared me. I'm like, what's gonna happen? Why is there no service? Did someone take it out?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Key West.
My
that's
brain goes there.
Does it got a naval base there? You think they're coming for us, the Russians?
I don't know who, but my
Who?
brain just goes there.
Which side would
What
you
color?
think?
Did I
color?
tell the story about Woody on here? About walking around the plaza?
Oh, no. I think
Could
you
you
just told me
turn
that.
Katie's volume down a touch? Sorry. I think it's making her talk quieter. Turn it down so she talks.
Am I talking too quiet?
Well, I think you're just turned up, so you naturally felt like it wasn't.
Okay.
I think you told
What
me
is
about
the
Woody in
story of
person.
Woody?
Okay. This is a story of like where my brain goes when I see things that are just slightly out of place. When I was at the plaza walking around with Thomas, I saw someone dressed up in a Woody from Toy Story costume, like mascot type costume.
The
like,
Russians.
Like full head, like, you could
He's not
not
a cowboy.
see the person at all.
Oh, no.
But what was a little eerie about it was that he had a toy gun just pointed out like this the entire time. And there was nobody with him. He was just kind of wandering by himself.
Nobody
this
with him.
toy gun.
Not even Buzz.
No Buzz.
No Buzz? No Jesse?
Not
No Bullseye?
not a little bit of Peep, not Slinky, not anything.
No Slink?
And you're covering Thomas.
It just kind of was weird. It was eerie. Like, I'm just like, what is this person doing?
Could you imagine if you got shot dead?
Describe
on
the
street?
person.
Describe him. He was a Woody. He was Woody from Toy Story.
There was a string on the back of him.
Like,
if you pulled
take
it,
him to the mental hospital.
it would say there's a snake in my boot. I don't know. That was him.
No, he did all the details. He stomped on me with Andy on the bottom of his boot.
Just something about it. You're like, something is off.
Well, especially
Something
the
is
plaza, that part of Kansas City, it's not New York City. It's not Hollywood Boulevard. We don't have
Right.
street performers
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You don't have people dressed up in Pixar costumes.
Something's
Strangers
off.
are just tough, man. Like I did the hair joke, but we were talking. I was like, I gotta have more patience with the service workers. You just go in somewhere. This immediately, we were renting a golf cart. I walk in, me and 3 of my friends. They go, I'd like a golf cart. He's like, how many of you? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, how many, like, are gonna ride in it? And I just want to be like, well, it seats 4 people and there's 4 people standing in front of you. I didn't say that. But I was just like, 4? I mean, just immediately. I'm like, what's
That is
happening in this
all
conversation?
your fault. I mean, that is 100% not really anyone else would be annoyed by that question.
Can you believe it? Turn her volume back up. She was whispering so quietly. Wow, 100% my fault?
Yes.
And then I go, how long? I was like, do you have service? There's no service. I was like, does this happen often? The guy was like, I don't know. I was like, when will it? I was like, how long's it been down? He's like, I have no idea, man. I think he thought I asked, like, when will it
Gotcha.
He thought I was asking like, when will it be fixed? Which would be a crazy thing to ask. This guy doesn't work for space.
Yeah.
And we just, me and him were on the same page.
Yeah. I asked probably the same time that was happening. I'm trying to make small talk with the woman at the venue because, can't rely on my cell phone as a crutch. So I'm just got to talk to people. And I was like, I've never been to Key West before. Like, we're about to walk around, maybe some restaurant recommendations. Like, how many people live here? She's like, how many people live here? She's like really thinking about it. Like, her life depends on it. I'm trying to think. Population.
Yeah, in that moment you want to be like, okay, not a huge deal, not a huge. Just,
No.
I was just trying to make fun fact.
No. Hold on. I'm trying to think.
Let me make a call.
Dude, after this whole time thinking about it, she goes, I have no idea. She didn't even tell me a number. I was like, okay, that's fine. She's like, I'm just not good with numbers. No, I don't know.
Said anything. I do think it's wild how
give
people
me a number.
Yeah, it's like I just like, is it like 50,000 or like a million?
Yeah,
that's kind of all I want to know.
Exactly.
Is it way bigger than I think? Smaller?
Yeah, just small talk, and yeah, she took it so seriously and came up with nothing.
Yeah, someone's like, "There's not suburbs here, idiot." It's like some lady just told me 6 million people live here.
So take it up with her. I don't know.
Very confused.
My version of what you're talking about, we're just like annoyed for probably no reason. Do you guys ever go to Hawaiian Bros?
I've been.
Okay, in the drive-thru. First of all, I'm always the only person in the drive-thru. Not a problem, but it's gonna come up later. And so they'll ask you a series of questions. First of all, they'll say, "Are you a member of whatever?" Always. No, whatever. Who cares? Then they'll say, "Can I get a name for that order?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, my name is the only guy here. Put me down for that." It's just like we're in the drive-thru. I'm gonna see you in 10 seconds. What do you need my name for? That bothers me. And then on top of that, then they'll say, "And will you be paying cash or card?" I want to say, why don't 5 seconds you find out? Like, what do you have to prepare? Like, oh, he said card. Oh, we got to get the card ready.
No.
Oh, get the cash register out. The Hawaiian Bros experience. So many questions. You don't need to ask any. Just take my order. Hey, see ya very soon.
It is. I don't know.
What's your name?
And they sneak it. Do you ever, when restaurants, it's different when they're like, give us your number so we'll text you when it's ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess I'll give you the number. But some places just for no reason, like, what's the number? It just so we have. And do you ever give them the real one?
I can't think of a time when I've just been flat out asked my number at a restaurant.
It's not very often. We went to a new little spot and just yesterday with a couple friends, and it's new. So let's say there's 15 tables. One table is taken. We walk in and they go, "How many tonight?" Which is, I think, a fair question. It annoys me a tiny bit because I'm like, it's 4 of us right here. No, it's a fair question. I'm sorry. I'm going to take that back. Katie, right?
Yeah.
I'm not annoyed by that.
You should never be annoyed with that question.
You're right.
Never
Because some
again.
people meet you later.
Yeah.
Some people meet you later. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was annoyed. I go, this is us right here, 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right. And he's on an iPad. Keep in mind, 14 empty tables, 6 feet from us. Okay.
This is every hotel I've ever been to.
Let me see here. Okay. Come on, thing. Work. Come on.
Oh, people love telling you, man, this computer does not want to
On
cooperate
an
today.
iPad. No, legit 60 seconds.
This thing's got a mind of its own today.
Be like, hey, Cheryl, could you come? We're still staying in there. 4, please. 16 tables. They brought a couple in.
They brought in new tables.
They're adding tables. People are leaving. She comes back. Okay. There we go. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're going to sit now. What's a good name? What's a good name? Sit me down now, Smith. So you're like, okay, I'm Trey. Okay. And what is a good number? And I'm like,
Phone number for the sit down?
What's happening? Please let me sit right there. And then I go, give them phone. And they're like, okay. Okay. Right this way. It was the whole process.
It's a long ordeal.
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm sure it's a system of like, if there was a wait, here's, they take the number. So they just said,
It was
take
interesting.
everyone's number.
And it wasn't like that annoying. It was just funny because me and my 3 friends, like, we're standing there and you could feel us all like start trying not to laugh. We start
This is
looking like,
hilarious.
what's happening right now?
My name?
Just tell me to sit right there.
I don't know if I get, a couple of things from the cash register experience. One, really get annoyed when they're about to ask you for a tip, but they don't say it. They try to make it seem like it's going to be some surprise. And before you swipe, it is going to ask you a question. Like, they don't know what the question is. Like, it's just a carousel of like, it might ask you your favorite movie, what's my name, a little quiz about the street we live on, or it might be a tip. I don't know what the question is.
We don't know.
It's going to ask you a question. Everyone is saying that now. It's going to ask you a quick question before you proceed. It's about the tip.
I think we're on an accidental just triggered segment here. We ate at this place in Key West, and she hit me with the question thing, and options were 6, 7, 8%.
Oh, hey, shoot for the stars, honey.
Yeah,
If you're gonna
I
do
was
it.
like, oh, come on, you did a fine job. I went to other 20, did the quick math, about 21%. You earned it, honey. I walked away, and then one of my friends caught, like, when it was too late, he's like, did you catch, like, gratuity automatic 20% was already added?
Oh.
And that was on top of it. And I'm like, she witnessed me do it. I was like, that's kind of dishonest, right? I mean, I guess I should have clicked and looked at the details, but that one was,
I agree with you
I
on
was
that
this
one.
close to walking back in and being like,
They
I mean,
should-
come on. That was kind of
places
slimy.
Say, like, most places, I feel like, say, like, by the way, gratuity is included.
I feel like anyone I've ever done,
Yeah.
that's like kind of the nice, it's just so obvious when she witnessed me doing that. Like,
Yeah.
she was stealing it from me. She knows the confusion I'm under right now.
She knows it's a tourist city and she'll never see you again.
Yeah, that's funny. She definitely like
Come back with my sailboat.
like in The Office when
Take out the towers.
I think Oscar is doing some kind of charity for his nephew or something, and he's like, Michael, how much do you want to donate? And he's like, $25. Like, wow, thank you, Michael. It's really generous. I mean, no one has generated that much. He's like, it's just $25. He's like, yeah, but I mean, per mile, it's gonna add up. And he has to like undonate from charity. That's gonna be you. Like, you know what? 6, 7, 8. No, you deserve 25.
And that's why it's perfect, because I wasn't going to go back in there ultimately and be like,
say, "Can I
give me those $9 back.
Yeah.
a digital refund
You
to
know.
a place you're never gonna go
It's
again.
like, well, it seems kind of wrong to haggle this woman who's slaving away in the heat at this QS bar. Like, give it back. But that got me triggered.
Yeah.
One last one I could think of, still in the same ballpark. What are your guys' thoughts on everyone these days is asking, they don't say, and name for that order? What's your name? They say, what's a good name? Why are they asking good name? Why don't they just say,
a good
what
one.
is your name?
Huh.
And what's a good name? I don't know. Kennedy? Just in general. That's not even about you, but just like a
That's a
good
good name, though.
Just like
Classic.
American name. I don't know.
Always liked Harvey.
Reagan. You know what? Gandhi. Ooh. Can you
Gandhi.
top that here? As far as
Gandhi.
good names go? It's just interesting how common that is. I don't know why people are scared to ask what your name is.
What's
They
your
just
name?
like to like put a little positive spin on it, you know?
What's your name?
Maybe
is
they
your
are.
name too intimate? They're like, listen, we're just food thing.
Do you have an LLC? What? Maybe I could put it under that. People are scared.
Maybe-
Just ask
Tell
what your
me
name
what
is.
to
Doing
call it,
business
I'll do it.
as.
Maybe.
Yeah.
DBA.
Do you think there are like people who like get weird or awkward about like Sarah, can I have your name for the order? And it's like, it'll be Katie. And then they see the card and it's like, oh, Kathleen. Oh, there's some people who might say like, do you want Katie or Kathleen? Do you?
Oh, now that I want to be respectful.
Yeah, some people might be weird like that. So they're just like, I don't really care. Just, you're good. The good one. A good one.
You ever change up the names? I rotate through several, man.
You go
What?
Thomas the Third every now and
I
then.
don't know. It's weird. I can't decide because I've always done Trey, but it feels like half the time they go Trey. I don't know. For some reason, I think it's just a quick short name. I have to really Trey.
Yeah,
Like
I've trouble.
Trey. So then I sometimes just go Thomas. That's my name too, and it's there's no like what was that? It's like that one doesn't sound like other names.
Thomas? Yeah, they know Thomas.
Yeah. The Tomas
I feel
potentially.
like you
Dahmer?
usually just do
and then
Kennedy.
and then when I'm with Katie, sometimes I'm like, well, it's for both of us. So maybe I'll go Kennedy.
What's hers is ours.
But
What's
then
mine is
sometimes
ours.
people get
I
don't know.
typically I just do Kennedy usually because
Because it's a good name.
a good
this country?
name. There are usually more than one Katie's around. So
that's a good
it
point.
and
helps.
Kathleen's like, what are you on the Golden Bachelor? Kinda-
Yeah, I'm gonna start using Kathleen. How about that?
In the drive-through kind of speaker, we've still got 1970s technology in a lot of these drive-throughs. Speaker isn't that clear. Every time they think my name is Jay, I try Jake.
Jake.
I'm doing 2 or 3 syllables in
Jake.
there.
Jake.
Jake.
yeah, that's why I don't like doing Trey.
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 You need to roll the R's.
And then I
Trey.
changed it up because the guy at the coffee shop at the airport I go to every time I fly, which is a lot. So I don't think he's started to like recognize me yet. It might be in part because I've rotated through these names. Because
like,
after I said
wait.
Trey 3 times, and he said the same story to me about his friend named Trey all 3 times.
Ooh, so you're like,
In the heat of the moment, I was like, I just don't. Surely won't say the story again. I go Thomas, and then he had another story about Thomas. Credit
Oh,
to him,
wow.
he's keeping his job fun. I think every name he hears, he connects
it.
it with something.
yeah.
He hit me with something about doubting Thomas in the Bible. Kennedy, he hit me with something. It's credit to him. He's very creative and quick.
And
He's quick.
now he's a story.
And now I see him so much. Now I'm in a weird spot where I see him every week, and he's probably like, does this guy have 3 names?
No, I think you start testing his connectivity, like skill. Can I get a name for that?
Gandhi.
Bin Laden.
Bin Laden.
And you just kind of look him in the eyes. What do you know about that?
Osama.
Saddam.
Hmm?
You know any of them?
Now he has a story about
Israel.
any of those names.
What are
Yeah.
which side? Which side?
Yeah,
I came
your
across
name?
this guy.
Gaza.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Last name Strip. Anyway.
He has a story now about a Thomas, a Trey, and a Kennedy. Oh, there's this guy. He just can't really decide what his name is.
Yeah, that's a story now.
He goes
I got a
by
customer who comes in
Thomas,
here.
Trey, and Kennedy, and
Changing
he
it
just
up
can't
all.
decide. So now you're part of his little name story.
Yeah, he's making fun of me and his buddies.
He probably is.
This weirdo comes in every week, thinks I don't recognize he's changing his name.
I've been
every time.
following him on
Yeah.
Instagram for 9 years. I can't believe it hasn't caught on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What? How long are we going?
49 minutes.
Ooh, time
Good amount of
flies.
trigger.
We're having fun. Katie, how's your volume? Good.
Good, I guess.
Derek, you got your kid's in daycare? What were you saying earlier?
Yeah. So the daycare has a really awesome app that keeps you updated on things, photos throughout the day, really fun. But it's the amount of updates that you get is ridiculous. I got an update a couple minutes ago, an email and a push notification that Clara went potty on the potty.
Wow. How like the workers type that in, or is it some
It's not
kind of-
typing, it's buttons are pushing. So all this data is being collected and sent instantly. I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. Keep
but,
us posted, man.
she went potty a few minutes ago, and from the looks of it, everything good.
Nice. 1 or 2. That's not in the newest
I can
update.
ask if that's an update.
Yeah, get that update
Product
in there.
update.
I
Yeah.
would love if I could just press a button to let Trey know on my updates. It'd be
Oh.
it'd be much easier than texting him.
Wow. Well, I think you're more updated than AI software. I mean, y'all's watched every across. Yeah, we talked about this. Just a quick
I know.
update.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be nice if I could just
Katie
press a
does this
button.
too. Anytime I feel bad, 100% of the time, you let enough time go by, she's like, "Man, I see what you're saying. I think I'm also a little like."
That's
I'm like, no,
It's because-
you're stealing my thunder. I'm tired.
I'm
I
guilty
feel
of that
bad.
in ours, so.
Really?
Yeah, it's
you,
me.
You start to take a little bit of it.
Osmosis.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I didn't.
To
No,
be
now you
fair-
say it. I slept bad too. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm tired.
To be fair, it's because
No,
we
no.
do like everything together. So if you sleep for a little bit of
She
time,
steals
I
my thunder,
also
man.
sleep for a little bit of
She
time.
does.
If you are sick, then most likely I am sick too because we live together and do everything together.
I tell you what, I was Katie's like always been a health nut. I was really good prior to a baby because I could tend to go off the rails a little bit. Let's order more takeout. Let's have this, that, ice cream. But a breastfeeding woman, bottomless pit, these ladies. She's got to put so many calories in her. And I stepped on the scale the other day. It's the heaviest I've ever been.
Right now is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. You didn't really. I also ate a lot when I was pregnant, but you didn't really like take part. But now you do.
And it's just and I'm trying to really stay fit and healthy and lean and like your tour life, it's easy to put the weight on. So, but I was shocked. It's because we do everything together, and I've been waiting my whole life for her to be like, yeah, let's just get a whole pizza and ice cream tonight. It's like that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And I can't do it.
It is pretty funny how at this wedding this weekend, I was like the only wife that was there, and so it was just like me and a bunch of guys.
Weekend, it was funny.
And I was the only person who like ever brought up food. None of the guys.
She was way hungrier than all
like,
the dudes.
Do
Yeah.
you guys ever eat? We need to eat lunch. It's 2 p.m.
No,
I'm
guys,
starving.
you don't know this about guys have an amazing ability to
They
just
do, I know.
forget eating.
They do.
Or if it's like if you're on a beach sitting there with like a beer, it's like, shoot, should we stay right here and keep doing this or go to the trouble of eating a meal like we should? Most men will say, let's just not eat today.
Right, I know.
Because we're comfortable here and it's just kind of an ordeal. And where are we going to go?
Do you guys ever like maybe you get out of sync? You had a late lunch for some reason, so you're not hungry at 7 or even 8 p.m. And so now 10:30 rolls around. You're like, technically I haven't had dinner and I am getting hungry. Or I could just go to bed and just escape.
That's a classic. That's
yeah.
a nice one. You're like, it's late enough where I could sleep off the hunger.
Yeah,
it's kind of a
exactly.
nice feeling.
I
Yeah.
feel like I used to be able to do that, but I can't do that now.
That really happens. It's a nice feeling. You'll just get going on something, focused on whatever, work, fantasy football. You look up, it's 3 p.m. Like, and I'm not even really struggling. I might as well just wait till dinner and have a huge dinner.
I think that's the
perk.
difference. I feel like girls are more likely to like spread out their food. We don't need, like, when I'm saying like I'm hungry, I could be good with maybe getting like a protein bar and like a yogurt or something and be like, okay, I'm good. But I feel like a lot of times the guy's mentality is like, I'd rather just not do that and eat like a crap ton of food later. I feel like that's the difference.
Yeah.
A big difference in Rachel and I is like, let's say we're about to go like do something active or whatever. We're about to go play volleyball, pickleball, whatever, something sweaty. I'm like, well, I'm going to want some like calories before we go do this. So I'm like, let's stop at Chipotle and eat it on the way there. Like that's something I will do. And Rachel is like, 100%. I want to be borderline anorexic when I show up to that like sporting
She
event or
is
whatever.
obsessed with not eating before she runs.
Yeah, Rachel will not do
like,
anything.
Let's go on a
hate
run,
it.
and she's like, I ate 4 hours ago. I'm like, what? Then when do we? How do we ever do anything?
I have a pretty good 2-hour rule. I don't want to eat. I don't want to go running or do like any like. I can work out, but no like cardio. I don't want to run or jump or anything like
Really?
right after I ate.
Maybe I'm a very steady runner. Maybe I digest fast. Either way you look at it, I'm the physical specimen. It's not that you're doing something right.
I see.
As we talk right now, I've kind of forgotten to eat today,
Oh,
so I'm really excited to eat later. I'm gonna
Or-
have a bunch of.
you could just do dinner and just have a big one.
Oh yeah, I'm making some. Found a salmon chowder. I'm making. It's soup season, baby. I get fired up for soups.
We make a
Good
lot
Ranchers
of soups.
wild caught salmon coming at you. And I'm gonna get middle of Monday Night Football. What a night! Okay, we got let's do segments. It's been a while. We got back late yesterday, so we're back in it today. And I said something earlier that Katie flipped her lid about, and I'm not sure I agree. So I need a little Judge Jake. Would you mind?
You got it.
All right, get the court in session, please. We're back with Judge Jake.
Judge Jake is here. Who would like to go first? Katie?
Trey usually likes to start out.
Okay.
See, I'd like you to know this attitude, Jack. It's already before even my opening statement. We were enjoying time at home this morning, kind of working, hanging out, dealing with Thomas. He's about to be 8 months, so he's really at a fun age where we've got him sleeping through the night. He's eating real food, which is fun to watch. He can fully pick up the pouch and stick it in his mouth, eat. He's taking 2 naps a day versus what used to be 4 or 5. And I made this statement. I go, you know what, man, it's just so much fun, and it feels like we've really improved and gotten out of the brutal life of like the physically demanding newborn. Like
Okay. Turning a corner.
And Judge, Your Honor, my companion here flipped her lid at this summit. She goes, "What?
Uh-oh.
You think it's easier?" And it went, and dare I say, went on a tirade that someone with blue hair might. It's very feminist, female forward, and as we know, I don't like those people. And so I was just simply saying, hey, it's not that, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's easier because, and she made it very clear to me, Your Honor, that I did not know what I was talking about, and I disagree.
Katie, what part of that is true? What part of that is false?
The story is accurate. The thing is that
Not a good start. It's looking pretty good for you.
is that I will start off by saying Trey is a great father, but his work has
Your
been
Honor. Objection, Your Honor.
very-
Objection. This was not stated earlier.
This is new evidence being brought to the court.
Yeah. Throw it away. Jury, do not take into
Jury,
consideration.
disregard that Trey's a good father.
Jury of rectis. That is not admissible. You have to act like you didn't hear that.
There are just pure facts based off of his recent job schedule, which includes out of about a 12-day stretch, he was gone for about 9 of those days.
This sounds familiar.
Which
As
is
a judge,
very abnormal. Objection.
Which is very
Very abnormal. I'm a
That's-
good present father.
Yes,
Thank you.
this is very
I didn't
abnormal.
like that.
I said for this particular time, that's not a normal thing. But that is the past month, it has been a little bit busier. And so, therefore, Your Honor, I don't believe he has put him down for many naps or bedtime or bath or really any of the above.
So you're saying, of course, it seems easier because
Yes.
you haven't been here.
And we also, I would like to say, I'm still breastfeeding the same amount of times a day, but now I also have to prepare other meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for solid foods. So now I am still physically feeding him, but then also have to do other food. We're still doing naps. Now I can't just lay him down because he's scooting around. So he's like, I can't take my eyes off of him because he kind of will scoot over to something, grab it, put it in his mouth. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I don't think this was an accurate statement.
It's just not factually
on
correct.
his behalf.
Yeah, it sounds like, Trey, you were just wrong.
Your Honor.
I don't know.
Yeah, there it is. All right, that was easy. She keeps her win streak. That was such a classic dad thing to say. Like, man, he's just a piece of cake now, huh? She lost it. Dude. She's like, you don't know the first thing about it. I was like, all right. Yeah, that was probably a dumb thing to say.
That was a good
Do you get
one.
what I'm saying at all? Maybe it's just the dad vibes of me. Like, maybe it's just more fun and that feels easier.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like
he has
he's
a
way more
personality
playful and
now
playing
and
with
stuff.
him.
Yeah.
And it does seem like there's the way less, like personally speaking, the moments of like, oh my God, it's like a 45-minute ordeal to get him to finally close his eyes. That feels like that's happening less, right?
From like
Which is like the dad's least favorite.
Yeah.
nighttime hours from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Has that gotten easier?
Yeah, I mean,
It's been ups and downs. I feel like
great.
we've really got him in a good groove the last month or so. But yeah, I think I overreacted. I sat him in his little chair to eat, and I handed him one of those baby pouches, and he held it with 2 hands and fed himself. So I think in that moment, I was like, this is easy now.
yeah.
Which there's an element of that. It's like, it's crazy to think it's going to be a while, but at some point, he can just run there and get his own food.
Starting to see
Yeah.
more
That's kinda-
responsibility.
I can
and-
see how crazy it is to be a parent where you're like, it used to be like his first few weeks of his life, he wouldn't even breastfeed. Like it was so hard to feed him. And then at one day, he's just going to run around and just feed himself.
Yeah,
Like that's pretty cool.
it is.
So pretty excited for that.
Now that's going to be really easy.
So easy. He'll
Yeah.
just walk in there. He'll just probably meal plan a balanced diet
Yeah, we
Yeah.
probably won't have to do anything
on his
for
own.
him.
He'll wake up on his own, go down, eat a good breakfast.
Oh no, it's gonna be a nightmare because he has the health Nazi as his mother. I mean, it's gonna be wild.
feeding
He's gonna
him
go to friends' houses. It's gonna be a nightmare. He's like, they gave me ice cream. I've never had that in my life.
No,
What
I'll
is
give him
ice cream?
But he has. I'm trying to like push his little taste buds, so I have a pouch. He really likes turmeric chicken. I've been feeding him that in a little pouch.
Lucky.
He loves a good. We have a good spinach, carrot, and basil pouch.
Gross. Gross.
Gross. I did try it. It's pretty gross.
I tried one of the like quote unquote smoothie ones that like I thought was gonna be like a fruity. It was disgusting. So
Dirk, do you have a picky kid?
No, they call me out though when I'm not eating my vegetables.
Yeah.
So
I just wonder
Oh,
if
wow.
picky kids are they picky from day one?
Is it genetic?
Like, are we seeing already that he's not going to be picky, or is he going to get to some?
I think that I've heard once they realize like, oh, I have an opinion and I can tell you I don't like this around like 2.
They start
maybe.
locking in on
our
Nutella or
oldest
something.
doesn't randomly doesn't like rice, which doesn't make sense because we have rice a lot.
That's funny.
So
Just rice.
it's
It's like it's so funny. Like rice, disgusting.
literally no flavor. But yeah.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
But it is funny. On the plane yesterday, there was a baby in the aisle over, and I was like, oh, he looks like he's about Thomas's age. And me and the mom started talking, and the baby was in a little carrier and did not move, just in the carrier, just kind of sitting there the entire flight. Meanwhile, Thomas, I mean, he touched everything in sight. He was up, down, standing, sitting, turn around, da 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 da.
It is amazing.
And
how,
I learned that they were only like 8 days apart. And
It's
I was
amazing
like,
how.
oh my gosh.
Maybe that baby is just a few weeks away from that. I don't know. It's amazing how
Yeah,
like some babies
right.
walk it, and it's funny to start to judge other parents. Like I asked somebody, when was your kid walking, and they said like 16 months, but you could tell like they were a little embarrassed by that. 16 months. I was like, so he'd better start walking soon. Yeah. So he'd be like,
You can't control
but that is crazy. Babies will walk at 9 months or 16 months.
Right.
Same healthy baby.
It's a crazy, yeah. And so, yeah.
One's obviously better than the other, but both healthy.
A doctor will tell you they're the same.
Yeah.
I wasn't judging that baby at all. It's just wild to see. Yeah, they just grow at such different rates and it's also could be like a personality thing. I don't know. Like Thomas is a genius.
I did it again, dude. I did it again. He ate his little pouch by himself, and I quickly Googled like,
oh, you did?
when do babies do this? I'm thinking like it's gonna tell me this kid's 4 months ahead. It's like
Yeah.
no, he's
right on schedule.
definitely pretty common.
Right on track.
But it just blows your mind because 2 weeks ago he
didn't even want the pouch. Yeah.
and then I took it from him because you said don't feed him the whole thing, and we were in a tug of war, and he was so strong that we squirted half of it out. So I was like, wow, he's so strong.
Yeah.
So smart.
All right, that's enough. Judge Jake, thank you again for your help.
Thank you, Honor.
That was a great one. Yeah, that was easy.
I'm gonna win one of these days. Thank you guys. Much love. We're on the road, so come see us. Texas this weekend, and we're coming all over. See the 2024 dates. Appreciate all the love. We'll talk to you next week.
See ya.
Correct opinion.